a warm welcome to this commencement ceremony to the parents, families, and friends of graduates, to the Board of Education, the administration, faculty, and support of the University Science Academy, and finally, to the graduates themselves. We are delighted to have welcomed some distinguished guests this evening. Senator Perry being with us today, the Honorable Jason Fisher, Doğal Kent School Board member with us today, Susan Wheeler, Charter School Supervisor with us today. Please give them a warm welcome. Tonight is a moment for me to take a step back and reflect on the changes that have taken place since we first opened our doors. It will take the whole program if I started to talk about all this. But to make a long story short, our graduates themselves are doing the talking for me on what has been changed since then tonight. I would like to take this moment to express my sincere thanks to my wife, Delia, for her unending support since I started my journey here at RCSA. Together we are standing on this big milestone. And thanks for not kicking out yet. I would also like to thank our parents for placing their trust on RCSA since we began our educational journey. We always felt your support and your encouragement. Now, you can be very proud of your children as they are ready to move into the next step of their lives. To our faculty, there are no words There are no words to express my appreciation. I have been a witness every day along the way of your dedication, love, care, hard work during the school day, after school, even weekends. Your determination, your big hearts, your good example. Nothing will be possible without you. I have always admired and been proud of you, and will continue to be and to do so. And to our board, administration, and support staff. I have also seen you work in harmony with faculty, students, and parents, which I believe was the key factor in RCSA's success. I am very honored to have and thankful for such a wonderful team. A good education is the only cure and solution for today's world's problems. And I am proud to say that, like all other schools, RCSA is part of the cure and the solution. And to the students, I want to start by saying congratulations. Just think, it was only 6 short years ago that you walked into that dimly sound-great classroom. And now, here you are today, graduates of the class of 2013. From this point onward, I believe your life will change in one very important way. Up to this point, you have had a lot of people making decisions for you. Now, it's up to you. So tonight I ask you again the question we have asked you since you first entered through the doors of the University Science Academy. What will define this generation? That's quite a big question. What will you choose to be defined by and remembered by? We have given you the tools to succeed, and now the choice is yours. Make each moment count. Consider how each moment is best spent and watch as the moments lead to days and then to years, and together they make up your life. Eliot provides an answer to this question by saying, only those who risk going too far can possibly find out just how far one can go. So, take risks that encourage you to step outside your comfort zone and help you grow as an individual and as a contributor to society. I would like to share with a quote from the 13th century poet named Rumi, which was given as an advice to me from my teacher. The quote is also known as the Seven Advices of Rumi. He says, in generosity and helping others, be like a river. In compassion and grace, be like the sun. In concealing others' faults, be like the night. In anger and fury, be like the dead. In modesty and humility, be like the soil. In tolerance, be like the ocean. Either appear as you are, or be as you appear. As you move forward into your career, go for everything you want, and don't you ever let fear stop you. I have known many of you for years, and have a little bit that. I have known many of you for years, and have never been more proud of students whose persistence and dedication have accomplished so much. I am honored to have known and worked with you. Currently represents Florida Senate District 4, which includes Duval and Nassau counties. Senator Aaron served 8 years in the Florida House of Representatives, including a term as elected chairman of the Duval County Legislative Delegation in 2008. During his tenure in the Florida House, Senator Aaron received numerous awards and recognitions for his effective conservative leadership, and additionally was trusted by then House Speaker Marco Rubio to serve as the chairman of the House Healthcare Council, which handled all healthcare policy. Prior to being elected to the Florida House, Senator Erbil served as a commissioner and mayor of Fernandina Beach. His extensive record of public service includes serving on the First Coast YMCA Board of Directors, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and the United Way. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming.
Thank you very much, Dr. T. You know, Dr. T had a tough time holding it together during the, the opening of tonight's ceremonies. I had a tough time holding it together when the kids were singing. So it is an honor to be here tonight. It's a special night for graduates and parents and grandparents, so I'm an honor just to share in it. And I'll say, the first of many times you'll hear this word, congratulations to the class of 2013. Any class, it's the very first class. You know what? You have set the bar, graduates. You have set the bar, and all future classes will compare themselves to you because of the great things and the great accomplishments you have done. You've just climbed your very first mountain, and that's why so many people, your parents, grandparents, friends, family, colleagues, and the faculty and teachers are extremely proud of you. I've discovered 3 little bits of information that I think will help you on all the future mountains you're going to climb. This is just the first of many. The first is to take action. Take action. Go out and do it. You can plan it, you can talk about it, you can form a committee to study it, but nothing is going to happen until you take action. Nike says, just do it, call it whatever you want, but know that action is the difference between what you want and what you get. Action, difference between what you want and what you get. But Aaron, it's going to get hard out there, and let me tell you, you may have heard it before about a gentleman who's just a couple of years older. When he was a couple of years older, maybe 4 years older than you are right now. When he was 22, this gentleman failed in business. When he was 23, he ran for the state legislature and didn't make it. When he was 24, he started a business again, and this time lost everything. Not only did the business fail, but he had to declare bankruptcy because he lost everything. The following year, when he was 25, his schoolmate, his long love from high school, his high school sweetheart, who was then his fiancée, passes away from illness. The following year, when he was 26, he had to be hospitalized because he had a nervous breakdown. When he was 34, he ran for Congress and was defeated. When he was 39, he tried again for Congress and was defeated. When he was 46, he ran for the Senate, United States Senate. You guessed it, he didn't make it. When he was 47, he ran for Vice President of the United States. Didn't make it, failed. In 49, he decided, you know what, that Senate thing, I was that close, I'll try again. And again, was met with failure. But then just 2 years later, at the age of 51, in 1860, Abraham Lincoln, the gentleman I just told you about, was elected president of the United States. And not just any president, probably the greatest leader the world has ever known. Truly, without him, the United States would probably be 2 different countries today. The world did not give up on Lincoln because Lincoln did not give up on himself. Just saying that, the world will never give up on you as long as you never give up on yourself. Persistence reigns supreme. My final story is what I call the 2 C's story. The 2 C's, because in the Middle East, there is a sea in the Middle East that is as vibrant as they come. When you go there, and hopefully you will one day, it's a lush paradise. There are families always picnicking nearby. There's people swimming and fishing and playing in it, and it is just a delight to visit. It's called the Sea of Galilee. And not too far away, there's another sea that is almost the exact opposite of the Sea of Galilee. Nothing grows there, nothing lives in its waters, no one comes to play and swim. In fact, it's called the Dead Sea. Now, interestingly enough, both of these seas are fed by the same river. They get the same water from the Jordan River. So you might wonder, as I did when I first heard this story, well, why the difference? Why the Sea of Galilee, where it's a lush paradise where things grow, and yet the Dead Sea, the same water, nothing. And it's because for every drop of water the Sea of Galilee takes in, it gives back through other marshes and tributaries and other little creeks and canals. But for every drop of water the Dead Sea takes in, it keeps. And as a result of keeping everything to itself, it remains stagnant, and stagnant water does not sustain life at all. So my advice is give back. A balanced life is giving back what you take in. I suspect, just as I was in your spot many years ago, I was there because other folks gave me a helping hand or a hand up, or maybe just a little encouragement. I will send you the bill now of all that has been given to you to give to others. And it may just be a tiny word of encouragement that could make all the difference. Action, persistence, and giving back. They will take you over so many mountains. And with that, my best wishes to each and every one of you. Congratulations to all of our graduates, 2013, the River City.
Please stand when I call your name and remain standing. Audience, please hold your applause until the end. And I can't see any of them. Kara Brown, Olin Calvin, Zachary Crosby, Alaz Idris, Ilma Kovach, Anastasia Kulis, Ronnie Lizardo, Nicola Kuzek, Vladimir Shevchik, Yamari Simmons, Deanna Spahich, Laura Triana, Kimberlyn Wilson, you are our first. Because of your academic achievement, your character, and your service to your school and to your community, the faculty bestowed on you the honor of membership in the National Honor Society. Kara, Will, Zach, Malaz, Ilma, Anastasia, Ronnie, Nicole, Vlad, Diamari, Deanna, Laura, Kimberly. It is with enormous pride that your school recognizes you. The River City Science Academy Chapter, National Honor Society, Class of 2013.
Thank you, and can I please have Mr. Joseph Boswell join me on the stage? My name is Marilyn Young, and I'm here tonight and as an honor to present the first Parent-Teacher Organization Scholarship. This is an organization of just what it says, parents of students at the school and teachers who donate their time and their money to do programs at the school that otherwise may not go on. And this year, some of those funds were set aside to recognize one of our seniors who has done exceptionally well, has had excellent conduct, and has enrolled in a college with plans to go on and earn his college degree. The recipient of this year's award is Mr. Joseph Boswell. $500 that will be going to his college of his choice when he is ready and enrolled. Congratulations, Joseph.
Mr. Bean, you don't know the behind the scene, and before we decided for the keynote speaker, we wanted to pick someone very energetic, who can boost up the, speech and give some energy to the crowd. And I suggested to put a coin. So we put the coin. I said heads. Guess what? Tails came up. And after I watched a couple videos, I said you picked the right guy. So we didn't have to really put the coin. So you should have, showed me this earlier. Anyway, thank you for coming tonight. First of all, there are a couple of groups that I'd like to recognize here. Of course, number one is going to be our class of 2013 University Science Academy. First of all, thank you for being very patient. It's not easy to stay with me in the same building for a couple of years. We made it. And just keep in mind, quickly, we are finishing one chapter and starting a new chapter in your life. Now, college years are in front of you. You will get your BA degree, maybe master's, maybe PhD. Do not start pursuing these educational opportunities for yourself. However, as Senator Bean said, if I did not miscount, 3 or 4 times he said take an action. So I like to approach from a different angle and take an action, do the right thing for your community. Do not be narcissistic. Do not be selfish. I know you are not going to be. Do whatever you want. You can organize a food drive. You can give blood. You can go volunteer at a school or nursing home. You can donate money. But make sure you leave some space in your life for your community. That's what we have tried to do for you, Mrs. Rose, Mr. Gokaya, Mr. George Bennett, Mr. Steiner. Behind the scene, they have done lots of stuff for you. I mean, not just cooking outside for seniors, Mr. Jordan did, but planning the SAT during the last week of the school. Next week, we are taking 20 kids to camping for the SAT, getting ready in high school, because that's what I keep telling you last year. Remember the yelling and crying and begging you guys, seniors, get your SAT up GPA. It's not going to help you a lot. Don't you remember that? So this is why we are organizing SAT camp this week, upcoming week, for our juniors and sophomores. And do not forget us, please. We are going to have all night. We are going to keep that donation box on the website still. So I hope you listen to me carefully. I know I do have an accent, so I apologize for that and from the audience as well. And grandparents, can you please stand up for me? Grandparents of our class of 2013, please stand up. Grandparents. I'm not done yet. I know there's some people need to say, I understand that. You are our role models. You are our supporters. You are our stress buffers. You are our free babies. I'm sorry. You are everything for us. We wouldn't be here without you guys. And everybody, please give a big round of applause. I know I had only 1 minute. I don't care if I lose my job at the end of this year. Parents, class of 2013 parents, please stand up. for you guys. You want the best for your kid. You wish the best for your kid, and you are probably looking for the best school for your child. I honestly, frankly, thank you for trusting us. You showed your support everywhere. You never let us fail. You never left us behind you. And we want to feel this even after tonight. You are going to be our supporters outside the school. I know some parents that still have kids, but either you have or not. Lobbying is important. You can talk to Senator Bean after tonight and tell him about our school. Susan Bueller, our supervisor, is here. Give her letters, send her emails, tell them how great we are doing. Tell me what our problems, mistakes, where we need to improve. That's what I want to hear. I appreciate, and everybody, please give a big round of applause. Mrs. Rose, I'm sorry, I know you told me that. My staff, supporting staff, teachers, admins, please stand up. You know these things now, we got to, you know that. And the last 17 years, I haven't spent 25 years yet because I remember the laws to talk about their 25 years of education. Mine is only 16. However, I can tell you, frankly, this year has been the best for me, best quality of teachers. We have hired 25 teachers last year and all turned out to be great teachers. Nobody can be thankful enough to show their respect and appreciation to you. Everybody, please give a big round of applause. My special thanks goes to Dr. T for trusting me. Stand up again, please. There you go. You belong there, sir. These two gentlemen, when I was not at school, I didn't have to look back. I knew they were going to take care of stuff smoothly and properly. And I cannot express my appreciation and gratitude for the help and support I have received from them. Thank you very much. Again, I cannot pronounce and count. Actually, I can, but it's going to take time. Even the first name and last name, I can. I know all my staff. But I really appreciate for their support, trust, extra mile they did for our students. Thank you very much, and congratulations, class of 2013. I'm honored to present our salutatorian, class of 2013, Nicole.
Family, friends, and fellow graduates. I heard it once said that life is the most difficult exam to take. Well, friends, life is a test. Many fail trying to copy others, not realizing each person has a different paper, while others fail because they think they can study for it. There are many things that school does not prepare you for, which has led to my discovering that lessons are not confined to the four walls of a classroom, but are extended to all areas of life. The personalities and experiences surrounding us all have a lesson to offer if only we pay attention. The things that will forever impact our lives were not facts, dates, or math problems, although thanks, Dad, for teaching me math. The things that will hold true are perseverance, and as my mom taught me, faith without works is dead. The diligence and efforts of my parents have made this moment possible. Graduates and friends, you have taught me to laugh out loud like no one is looking, to stay focused and aim for the best, to keep an open mind considering how our diverse personalities have come together, and to enjoy life's offerings while working diligently to make my dreams a reality. Like a chemistry exam, you taught me the importance of balance. We must remember today that our character and integrity shine above simple rote vocabulary lessons. Much like a multiple choice exam, teachers like Ms. Rose taught me how to make the right decision in the midst of many. You have pushed us beyond our limits philosophically and academically while still maintaining some of our strongest and most important support systems. We have learned kindness, passion, and dedication from administrators like our beloved Dr. T, who is truly a steward of education. This chapter in my life called high school has taught me to strive for individuality in a world that is constantly trying to mold me into something other than myself. It has shown me through experience that the decisions I make now create the plot for my next chapter. And most importantly, it has taught me the bond of friendship, a bond that transcends all walks of life, a bond that we must all keep when we leave each other's presence and go our separate ways into the lives we have chosen for ourselves. Although life is not something we can copy from others or spend all night studying for, it is something we should look forward to with open minds and open hearts, disregarding the fear of failure and the inevitable obstacles that will threaten to shake our very existence, finding comfort in the fact that this anxiety, this fear, is temporary, and if only we remain faithful to our individuality while keeping firm our tenacity and confidence, we will surely find our way. Our first big step into what we call the rest of our lives begins now. We have answered the first question on the exam of our lives and graciously begin the second part of the test. Thank you.
It has been 4 years since my last graduation ceremony. I was in New York, I missed it a lot. I'm honored to present our valedictorian, Mawaz Idris, and I'm done. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, in the name of God, most gracious, most compassionate. To the River City Science Academy graduating class of 2013, let's begin by thanking our parents for their dedication, our teachers and administration for their inspiration, and realize we are truly blessed. I believe we all deserve a round of applause and a lot of money. Though I have learned in famous literature throughout the years, such as Shakespeare, Conrad, Salinger, and Thoreau, I must begin by quoting my favorite author, Dr. Seuss, who said, "Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." I must say this is never more true than in our senior class. The journey of high school, or even our life itself, is similar to that to a large, intimate family. Being the oldest of 7 children has taught me a lot. One thing it has taught me is that bands are not really my style. I think about the days when I would drag my siblings to school and get called a soccer mom with an army of children. Well, that isn't really a memory because it happened yesterday, but I just thought I should let everyone know. Oh, how I'm going to miss those memories dearly. But seriously, my large family prepared me to be a part of this family we call RCSA. Though we all come from different worlds, different backgrounds, different families, we're all together, we're a family of our own. We laugh together, cry together, fail together, and prosper together. We have our grand godfathers, Mr. Adem and Mr. Gokaya, who always keep us on our toes with their scare tactics. They don't own us, yet they own just enough to make us follow their rules. And then comes our uncle, Mr. K, who always gives us second chances when the head of the household, Mr. Steinhardt, gets us in trouble for our behavior. Then there's our mother, Mrs. Rose, who we always run to when we feel overwhelmed with life, and of course when we forget how to write essays. And let's not forget our crazy younger siblings, the 11th graders, who are always so jealous of us in every way.
Party hole.
They're as big as their older siblings, but that's never going to happen. And then there's the patient aunts and uncles, such as Mr. Barrington, Mr. Ombashi, Mr. Ferrari, Senior Quant, Mrs. Copeland, Mr. Payne, etc., who keep showing us the right way to do things while giving us loads of work. But most important of all, the patriarch, Dr. T, who holds us all together. Finding a family this close is a rare thing, but once it happens, it's beautiful. I'd like to particularly thank my school for this. River City Science Academy is a small school, yet it's growing and prospering in excellence every year. I mean, just this year, our school received the 4th highest rating for the highest SAT scores in the county. Not to mention that its educational value is beyond most of Duval County's public schools because of its growing AP department and its A status. But one thing I would like to particularly touch upon is how invested the school is in its students. The home visits, the picnics, the wide range of after-school activities. These are things that really shape a well-rounded individuals. And our teachers and administration have gone well beyond their measures to make sure that we succeed and become the best students that we can be. It's truly this dedication that has brought us here today, that has allowed us to become the successful, well-rounded students that we are at this very moment. I cannot stress how thankful I am, how blessed I am to be standing here and representing my graduating class. I never thought this day would come because it still feels like yesterday was the first day of my freshman year. This has been an extremely tough road, full of ups and downs and crooked turns. Yet when a person really believes in what they do, they will ultimately reach their destination. Obstacles will always be present, and I cannot deny the fact that the future will disappoint us in many ways. Yet with every one of those disappointments comes a greater opportunity. We should not let any obstacle, any disappointment, anything take our attention away from the real prize that lies ahead. It's true, our fear of failure might persuade us to take an easier road in life, but nothing that is worth a dime ever comes easy, and nothing that is easy is ever worth a dime. We are here to make something of ourselves, to be greater than what we ever thought was imaginable. I want to look back on my life, when I'm in old age, yet young at heart, and I want to say to myself and my children and my grandchildren that I have lived my life to the fullest and my family got me through it. I wish the best for you graduates. I wish the stars shine bright in your darkest moments and lead you to where you want to be. I wish that you all understand that you were all given a chance to make something of yourself. And some people would do anything to be at the very spot you are today, just so that they can change their life and live it the way that they wanted to. We may not see each other again, but the memories from the past 4 years will stick with us wherever we go. Being a family takes a lot of patience, a lot of open-mindedness, and a lot of sacrifices. But it's impossible to leave here today and say that we haven't learned those things. Thank you again to all the parents and family members who came out tonight to support us, to support the first graduating class of River City Science Academy. And thank you to the teachers who have given up days and months and years of their lives to support our dreams and desires. But I want to give a special, warm thank you to my mother for being my complete support system. And especially to my father, who has always expected the best from me. And his expectations have pushed me to limits that I never knew existed. Let us never forget those who have been there from the very beginning, because those individuals are the ones who really made a difference. Thank you.
High school is about growing up, but what exactly does that mean? To our parents, it may mean learning how to fend for ourselves in the real world, getting a job, saving our money instead of spending it, learning how to manage the daily grind of our lives. To our teachers, it might mean learning that there are no recovery packets in the real world. Getting into college, learning how to be on time to class and pretty much anything else that isn't lunch. To our peers, growing up means turning 18, learning how to drive, going to parties and having fun. But in reality, we all have our own definitions of growing up. For some of us, I know it's going away to college. For others, I know it's going to get a job and supporting ourselves. Today marks a day we are to begin growing up. Some of us will be growing faster than others. As seniors who were trying to grow up, go out and figure out this crazy world we live in. Some of us didn't even know where to begin. However, I believe I can speak for all of us when I say we are ready to embrace the years coming ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the very first graduating class of River City Science Academy, the class of 2013. You are looking at the future. My peers standing before you, all of them, are waiting to take flight into the future, to make you proud, to become successful, contributing members of society. The path to success will be bumpier for some than others. But that's what makes growing up so interesting. That's what makes life so interesting. Seeing our peers grow up in our own ways at their own pace and seeing how it shapes each other is one of the most rewarding aspects of the whole process. Thank you, teachers, for being here with us. Thank you for putting up with everything we have taught at you these past years. Staff, thank you for having our backs every step of the way. Thank you for supporting us, for guiding us when we are derailed. Thank you, faculty, for always bringing a key in our education. Thank you for your hard work on keeping everything running smoothly. Thank you, administration, for your leadership. Thank you, parents, for building us as the people we are. For being there from wake-up calls to lights out. Thank you for believing in us, even when it was hard. Without that support, I know many of us would not be standing up here right now. Families and friends, we are gathered here today to celebrate a milestone for each and every one of the students standing up here with me. Teachers, staff, faculty, administration, family, and friends, thank you for all you have given us. Thank you for preparing us for this day. Many of us will separate around the state, go into the military, go into other schools, go into other jobs. We're going to take flight for our future. We're going to be creating new grinds, new lives, and hopefully living our dreams. Please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the River City Science Academy graduating class of 2013. Miss Miller to the stage. She'll be presenting a gift for Dr. T.
Good evening. I would like to read an excerpt from one of my favorite poems. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Thanks to the foresight and the dream of two men, Dr. T and Mr. Sell, who saw the road less traveled by some 6 years ago, who dared to vision the day and boldly turned that vision, that dream, into the reality we have before us today in our first graduated class of 2013. Thank you, Dr. T. Mr. Sell, you have made all the difference in the lives of all who grace the halls of RCSA. In honor of that commitment and love, we present to you and to Mr. Sell the school ring to be worn by our first graduates. Thank you so much, Dr. T.
Thank you. It is my distinct honor and privilege to present the class of 2013, RCSA's first graduating class. It would not be possible for you to present this class, however, without first mentioning what an amazing group of young people we have here with us tonight. Far too often, our youth are portrayed in a negative light, and we have a tendency to speak of the future with a sense of dread. Having spent the last 6 years here at RCSA with this group, I can honestly say that if you are any indication, then our future is far brighter than we can possibly imagine. I came to RCSA 6 years ago not really knowing what to expect. When Dr. T first interviewed me in our original building, in a room with one singular light bulb hanging from the ceiling, bare walls, and a folding table, I thought, is this a school? Dr. T spoke to me about his dream and his vision with such passion and such enthusiasm and such determination that I said, if this is not a school, it needs to be one. When we first began, I was introduced to a group of educators that were very dedicated. This week, I heard from a few of those educators that cannot be here with us, and so I'd like to acknowledge them. Mr. Adam Suslak, who's currently teaching in Japan, and Mr. Fanroy, who's currently teaching in Turkey, and another educator who actually came all the way from St. Petersburg to be here with us tonight, Ms. Lisa Dudley. Mrs. Rose, myself, Mrs. Tears, and Dr. T are the only ones remaining from that first year. And when I think back, I think about the things that we expected, and we all had pretty much an idea of what we thought things would be like. We thought we knew what to expect. And then all of you stood up and walked in, and we realized we had no idea what we were in for. We all knew that it wouldn't always be easy. We knew that there would be challenges. What I did not expect and what I did not know is that it would be all of you that would stand up as much as anyone else to help us meet those challenges. For all of our work that our faculty and staff put in, you met us every step of the way. For everything that we gave to you, you gave back to us. You are as responsible as anyone for making RCSA what it has become. You have set a high standard that those who come after you will have to follow. I believe that the groups coming behind you will achieve and will accomplish great things. And a part of why they will be able to do so is because you were here first. You have laid a foundation. RCSA now has a proud tradition of success. And that tradition will be carried on by future classes. And that class of 2013 is your legacy. On behalf of the RCSA faculty, I thank you, class of 2013, for all that you have given us. If you have learned in your time here with us as much as we have learned from you, then you can call yourselves well-educated indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of River City Science Academy, I present to you the class of 2013. Please rise and we begin the presentation of diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen and honored guests, if you would like to follow along with your program, names will be called alternating from the left column to the right column.
I will go ahead and begin. First, Muhammad Ali Amarov.
Okay, next is Anastasia Marie Poulis.
Paris Bahasic.
Next, Ronnie Lizardo.
Regina Elizabeth Blotchley.
Majda Manu.
Joseph Matthew Boswell.
Chris Patrick McDonald.
Kara Rachel Braun.
Kathleen Layla McHugh.
Daniel Edward Burleson.
Nicole May Okuthe, summa cum laude, and salutatorian.
Owen William Calvin, summa cum laude.
Maria Alejandra Pantoja.
Jasmine Ann Couture.
Michelle Colleen Pate.
Zachary Atreyu Crosby, magna cum laude.
Austin David Richardson.
The press doesn't clap.
Abdul Rahman Basir Al-Morsi.
Vladimir Mikhailovich Shevchuk.
Tomas Joel Gonzalez.
Anthony Teray Shropshire.
Vanessa Hector cum laude.
Diamari Kim Simmons.
Malaz Mohammed Idris, summa cum laude.
Jessica Lynn Maurice Slavin.
Paul Derek Kellum II, cum laude.
Nicole Wilson.
Marvin Kyle Wise.
Carrie Elaine Louise Woodrum.
John Yanolu, cum laude.
I just want to be in this moment for 1 second because it's been a long 6 years, and I love you too. I'm going to read now. Traditionally, the moving of the tassel at graduation is called turning the tassel, and it symbolizes one's transition from candidate to graduate. But it's so much more than that. Today, you're transitioning from children to adults, students to teachers, learners to doers, and finding your true selves. My advice to you today is to listen to the words of Walt Whitman. This is thy hour, O soul, thy free flight into the wordless, away from books, away from art, the day erased, the lesson done. Be fully forth emerging, silent, gazing, pondering the themes thou lovest best. Graduates, we're so proud to celebrate this transition. So glad you're our future. I've never been more excited. Graduates, you may now stand. And with that, I would like the graduating class of 2013 to turn their tassels. Congratulations.